ACH is an interesting one. ACH fits really nicely into the three buckets of cost, speed, and reversibility. In terms of cost, ACH is what we would call a low-cost system. Maybe you're paying 1 cent per payment if you're a really large volume transactional user. The high end, maybe you're paying 10 cents per payment. It's cheap enough that the cost of ACH is generally absorbed into the background of doing business. Nobody pays for ACH payments directly. Imagine you're getting a direct deposit for your biweekly paycheck. You don't see 10 cents missing because someone had to pay an ACH transaction fee. And if you're paying off a credit card bill, let's say for $1,000, you don't see it as $1,000 and 10 cents. You're not paying for the convenience of using ACH to pay your credit card bill. That's absorbed into the background. That's the cost of doing business. And so ACH is cheap enough that whoever is initiating the payment generally covers the cost of the payment. So in terms of cost, it's a pretty competitive payment system in the US. But for that competition on price, you're going to trade off in terms of speed. ACH is a slower system that doesn't have necessarily same-day guarantees. There is a same-day ACH system that does tend to cost more, but by and large, most merchants use the next-day ACH, which takes at least 1 business day to clear. And so it's not as quick as other payment systems that we have. The speed is a little bit slower, but again, you have that cost that compensates for it. And in terms of reversibility, ACH is a reversible system, and that reversibility depends on who you are. If you're a consumer, just a regular person, you have 60 days to call up your bank and dispute a transaction. You can basically call up your bank at any time and say, hey, I didn't authorize this, and they can take the money and put it back in your bank account. But if you're a business, that 60 days goes down to 2 days. And so you have to be very on top of the return risk that could happen. And so managing the reversibility of ACH becomes extremely important when you're a business dealing with the ACH system.